And I am pleased to welcome to the 2025 edition of State House Conversations a freshman, but it seemed like you know your way around already. We have Representative Ethan Lawson, District 53, hails from Greenfield, which is one of the fastest growing years. I knew it was fast growing, but you said that Hancock County is the fastest growing
Hancock County is the fastest growing state, and so I have most of Hancock County and a little bit of Madison County around Pendleton.
Well, then more times your phone's ringing and that mailbox is getting stuffed with people saying, hey, look out for me when you get to the State House. And what are you going to do this session to be able to go back and report to them after April 29th and say, you're in good hands?
Well, I really spent this year knocking on a lot of doors and talking to people about what was important to them, and being one of the fastest growing communities in the state, quality of life is really important, quality of place, public safety, and making sure we're supporting all of those as we continue to grow. The state's not going to have all the solutions to that, so it's going to have to partner with our local elected officials.
Or all the money. I mean, that's the money. The ideas and the money, those are the two challenges, right?
And so making sure that, we're not pricing people out of their homes, but they are receiving the roads and, the first responders and public safety that they need is a priority for me. And I've got a couple of bills that were brought to me by people in the community that I'm trying to work through.
Why don't you talk about that? Because I'm often fascinated how we forget that these things, where did that bill come from?
Yeah.
It's oftentimes a real live person in a real live district who has picked up the phone or has visited you.
Yep. My county veteran service officer called me and told me about an issue where veterans who are seeking benefits via the VA will sometimes have a claim shark come in and try to cut in on those benefits. And so I'm working with them on a solution that I hopefully can bring through the Veterans Committee that I'm on to help address that, to make sure they can get their benefits, but also that they aren't being taken advantage of. I'm also the co-author on the Indiana National Guard bill that helps make sure we're taking care of our service members and their families when they're called up by the governor to serve the state.
And that's an issue you know a little something about, because for those who may be not familiar with your background, you were with the Guard.
I was a civilian employee at the Indiana National Guard.
As an employee before you moved to this position.
That's right.
So you know about what you speak firsthand. And some other committees I know that you're on that seem to dovetail with the bills, not surprisingly, that you're promoting and introduced this session.
Quality of place and a growing community, roads and infrastructure are very important. I'm serving on that community. I'm working with our county engineer and county commissioners and state agencies on a possible bill that I've filed to try to give counties and towns more flexibility on how they use their dollars to build roads. And so if it saves the county or city money, it saves taxpayer money in turn and maybe helps them get more
And they would
done.
probably say we need that flexibility because I know Purdue had a study before the session that said at the local level, $500 million. There might be a gap between what they have at the local level to spend and what's needed just to maintain. Forget about it.
And inflation has eaten into that quite a bit.
Yeah. And keep going. You're on a roll here with some of the bills and some of the committees you're on.
The other committee I'm on is elections, and I was honored to have a bill heard in committee. First bill I've been a part of presenting in committee today, passed out.
I was going to have a a balloon drop, but I couldn't afford it. The budget just didn't, these are austere times.
I understand that, and I appreciate the fiscal responsibility.
But that bill, again, tell us a little more about that.
So basically the bill is designed to bring consistency to the process by which somebody assumes an elected office. So if they're running via caucus or they're appointed into the office, they're required to be qualified to seek the office and affiliated with the party whose caucus they're running in. The second part of that, it brings consistency to the removal process for elected officials, which should be rare, but in cases where it's needed, there's already a process for state legislators, state offices, county council. There's not a process for county commissioners, and so the other part of that bill adds a removal process for county
Arguing it's probably better to have a procedure in place if that unfortunate event occurs rather than scramble when it does.
Exactly.
Anything else what surprised you in the few days that you have under your belt now? Is it? It's not like the civics class, I guess, but so far so good?
It's not. It comes at you fast. The committee process is something I'm learning as a freshman member and really look forward to digging into that.
Wonderful. Well, Ethan Lawson, freshman lawmaker from Greenfield, District 53, Republican. I congratulate you on the start of your tenure here in state government and wish you the best. And I thank you for taking some time out to chat with us about this session and applaud your commitment to the state of Indiana and to public service.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Sean.
it.